Hi everyone, Brad here from Airstream of Utah. I come to you today sitting in my own rig, and I want to talk to you about maintenance. What Airstream recommends basically for every single travel trailer that they have. 1. Every 1,000 miles or 60 days you should check a few things. Your escape window, your battery, your smoke alarm and CO detector, your tires, your hitch, and your GFI circuit breaker. Here's what we do. We check our window, our escape window. This is not an escape window, mine's in the back, but your escape window, it has 2 red handles and 2 red handles to raise it up, and you have a little loop to pull out your screen. Check and make sure that all those things operate as advertised. For your battery, if you have a lead acid battery, you must check the water level, and it must be filled with distilled water. If you have an AGM or glass mat battery or a lithium battery, this is not applicable to you. You should still check the terminals and make sure everything's good to go. Smoke alarm, just like a regular house smoke alarm, you push the button, alarm sounds, it's good. And your CO detector, there's also a button on it, you push that button and make sure that the alarm sounds and it works. Tires, you must check your tire pressure based on the specifics of your rig. On the front left side or your road side, there's a sticker that typically up there, this got your VIN number, model number, and all the things on it, but there's one for the tires as well. Make sure that you keep your tires inflated in accordance with the tire specifications. For your hitch, just make sure that there's no loose bolts or unusual wear on the hitch. Make sure it operates as advertised. And then for your GFI circuit breaker, every one of you should have received a circuit breaker checker, and you insert it and make sure both your amber lights come on, that it's operating as normal, and then you push the red button and it should test your circuit breaker and trip it. Next is every 5,000 miles or 90 days. Couple things: main door latch, exterior door locks, exterior hinges, your propane tank and propane tank cover hold down, your propane tank regulator, your wheel lug nuts, your breakaway switch, your 7-way plug, hitch ball, range hood, exhaust, and your main door step. What are we going to do on our main door latch is that we're going to lubricate it with dry graphite. This can be obtained via online sources or at your local dealership or at a hardware store. Your exterior door locks, make sure that you have also lubricated those with dry graphite. Your exterior hinges need to be lubricated with a light household oil. Your propane tank hold down knob, make sure that's also lubricated with light household oil. Your propane regulator, there's a vent on the bottom to make sure that it has no obstructions. Wheel lug nuts. If you refer to last week's Maintenance Monday, you'll learn about torquing your lug nuts. Depending on which type you have, the aluminum wheels go to 110 foot-pounds and steel wheels go to 100 foot-pounds. Then you will check your breakaway switch. This is your pin that puts brakes on the trailer if you ever lose connection with your tow vehicle. There's a household oil for that, and make sure that's lubricated all right. Your 7-way pin, which plugs into your tow vehicle from your trailer, and it is your lights and all the things that operate on the trailer itself. But make sure you spray it and clean it with contact cleaner. Your hitch ball needs to be lubricated with ball lubrication or with some wheel bearing grease. Your range hood, above your range you have a hood, exhaust hood. It has a filter on it and it has a fan underneath that filter. You must wash your filter and then make sure your fan blades are clear and clean. Your main door step, you must lubricate and inspect all the moving parts of that. Every 10,000 miles or 6 months, there's a couple things you need to do. Inspect and rotate your tires. While you have the tires off, you can now inspect your brakes and inspect your never lube bearing, your axle, drive axle bearings. That's very easy to do. Once you have the tires off, it's a very easy visual inspection. You can check everything there. If you don't know how to do that, you can bring it into our service section and we can check it all for you. Spare tire carrier. Many people forget about the spare tire in their vehicle that they drive every day, much less the trailer that they may be towing. You do need to check your spare tire carrier. You need to lube the bearings and lube everything to make sure it makes that tire carrier go up and down. And if you've never taken your tire down, it might be a good time to check and make sure you know how to do that. Very easy to do. All of your windows and door seals need to be cleaned with a mild detergent. And then you coat it with what Airstream calls silicone, but it's actually just a silicone. You can buy this again at any hardware store, or you can come by and get some at your local Airstream dealer. Waxing. Your exterior must be waxed every 6 months or 10,000 miles because it helps protect and keep the life of your rig for many, many, many years. Wobbernize has an excellent wax that we use and Airstream recommends. So come by and get some Wobbernize wax. It takes, depending on the size of your trailer, it's pretty easy. Again, if you can't do that or don't know how to do that, we can do that for you. And you need to lubricate your escape window with some WD-40 or some light household oil. Annually, there's a couple things you need to do. Battery. Check your battery. Clean it, neutralize it, and coat your terminals with petroleum jelly. Your propane tanks, if you've not used them and you're really kind of unsure what they are, they should probably be purged and cleaned out by your local propane supplier. Every seam needs to be checked and resealed if necessary, and your windows need to be checked, your exterior lights, interior lights, all of your vents and openings on the roof, particularly on the roof. Everything on your roof has a caulking on it which protects from leaks. Make sure that that caulking has not dry rotted or come separated, and reapply as necessary. Finally, annually you must check all of your interior cabinetry. Check all the latches and the locks and the hinges and the slides, etc., etc. And there's a silicone spray, very nice silicone spray that doesn't have things stick to it. It's not an oil necessarily, but it does lubricate all the bearings, all the hinges, and all the things for your interior cabinetry. If you do this very simple basic checklist at the regularly scheduled intervals, your travel trailer will last many, many years into the future without problems. That's all for this Maintenance Monday. Thank you all for letting me be a part of your day. If you have any questions, please contact our service department. You can call or text us at the number